The secret to health. Xiefeng. Humanity spends enormous amounts on preventing and treating diseases. Yet, no matter how advanced our medical technology becomes, we cannot prevent illnesses from occurring, nor can we stop the death of our physical bodies. In the chapter of unconventional thinking, I posed a question: why don't wild animals train their own doctors? In the Elementary Health Preservation section of the Health Preservation chapter, I discussed 8 factors that lead to the weakening and death of living beings. Today, I will explain the secret to health. First, let's consider people with disabilities. We must ask, why do they become disabled? Is it merely due to factors like war, car accidents, plane crashes, medical errors, unfortunate falls, or fires? And when we look at people who frequently fall ill, we must also ask, why are they sick? Some people rarely get sick throughout their lives, while others are plagued by illness. What is the cause? Farmers know that seeds must be carefully selected for planting. The largest and fullest seeds are chosen for the next year's planting to ensure a good harvest. If the seeds are not full and plump, the crops will not grow well. For plants like beans, cucumbers, watermelons, and gourds, the seeds must be taken from the fruits closest to the stem, not from the ones farthest from it. Seeds near the stem will grow into plants that flower and bear fruit early, making efficient use of nutrients and time, leading to a good harvest. In contrast, seeds from the fruits far from the stem may produce plants that only grow long vines, taking a long time to flower and bear fruit. This not only wastes a lot of nutrients but also delays the harvest, making it difficult to achieve a good yield. Now, think about why different flowers like peonies, roses, chrysanthemums, and crabapples are distinct from one another, or why peach trees only produce peaches and apricot trees only produce apricots. Why do poplars grow straight while fruit trees spread out like showerheads? Why do beans twine as they grow? The answer is simple: different life forms have different genetic structures, or different life structures, which lead to different life forms. The issue lies here: the life structure determines the life form. Factory mold makers understand that if a mold has a defect or flaw, all products made from that mold will bear the same flaw. To create flawless products, the mold itself must be flawless. Similarly, to maintain good health, the body must have a flawless life structure. Suppose someone falls while building a house, breaks his leg, and ends up with an amputation, or someone encounters a car accident and loses a leg. The root cause isn't carelessness or bad luck, it lies in a flaw in his life structure. Once this flaw exists, his leg is destined to be lost, whether by a fall, a car accident, a fire, disease, assault, or snake bite. In any case, his leg is doomed. If it's not amputated from a fall, it will be lost in a car accident; if not burned in a fire, it will be paralyzed by disease; if not broken by someone, it will be bitten off by a snake. In short, his leg cannot be saved. Likewise, any disease, whether it's heart disease, arthritis, cancer, or AIDS, begins with a flaw in the life structure. The problem is not with the surface but with the essence. If a person's life structure is perfect, they will not fall ill. Whether it's the flu, the Black Death, SARS, or bird flu, they will remain unaffected. They also won't encounter accidents like car crashes or plane crashes. Even if they do, they will survive unharmed. A simple observation reveals a pattern: people who frequently fall ill have psychological and mental issues, not physical ones. To maintain a healthy body, one must first have a healthy mind and spirit. Once there are issues with the mind and spirit, the body will soon develop corresponding discomfort or disease. Psychological and spiritual issues can be attributed to problems of the mind, and the mind is closely related to the structure of life. Science has proven that the structure of water molecules is influenced by the consciousness of life around them. When water molecules encounter positive emotions like love, gratitude, and affection, they exhibit a beautifully symmetrical structure. When they encounter negative emotions like hatred, disgust, and irritation, they exhibit an ugly and flawed structure. These ugly and defective structures are flawed structures, and such flawed structures can lead to problems or diseases. What is true for water molecules is true for all matter. The structure of our bodies changes with our mental state. To have a healthy body, we must first have a healthy and perfect soul. A great person once said, after 40, a person is responsible for their own appearance. Buddhism teaches that during cultivation, one should maintain a compassionate and kind demeanor and posture, showing that the soul is connected not only to appearance but also to the structure of life. The best prescription for a beautiful soul is the teachings of Jesus and Sakyamuni, followed by practicing cultivation in Lifechanyuan. As the Lifechanyuan era arrives, hospitals will disband, and doctors will no longer exist, yet everyone will be healthy, almost like the celestial beings in the 1,000-year world.